intraday as well as entering swing positions using the E-mini S&P 500 index future, as well as using MACD and RSI indicators. So basically, we'll get right into it. As you can see, this is pre-market. This is actually the day. This is today, and then this is after hours. So pre-market here, I was looking at it. I was like, all right, we're in a range. And then I saw we broke out of the range. I was like, okay, today's going to be a good day probably. Then we fell back down. Uh, we caught resistance and then fell back down. But demand was down here. We ended up shooting back up. We were in this gap by the time we opened. So I was watching for a pullback. There was a lot of momentum right here. So after this candle right here, this opening candle on the 10-minute, I decided to get in some trades and made some good profit as we filled this gap all the way up. Thought we were going to catch resistance right here. As soon as I saw we broke out here, I entered more trades as well. Scalped those. Then we caught some resistance, and it was pretty much a halt all the way up for, let's see here, like half the day. I think it was like from 9:30 to like 12 or 1, we were going straight up, and then we just fell back down like half of the halt up. So basically, let's see what the move was. Kobe stop. Ended up being like a 0.5%. Not too crazy. Yeah, 0.6%. Not too crazy. But I'll tell you how to trade this. So basically, with RSI and MACD, you can actually see when this is going to catch resistance, when you're going to get a good entry. So right here, I don't know if you can notice. I'll try to zoom in, and I'll go over for you. Let's see here. So right here, you can see MACD is green, 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 and then it's actually fallen, so it's closing. You see how it's closing? These are two moving averages that are subtracted. So it's 26 minus 12 EMA is subtracted from each other, and that's how it comes up with this. And this is actually, I have it written down for you. Let's see here. This is actually a momentum indicator, and then RSI's measures magnitude of price changes to evaluate overbought and oversold positions. I'm going to go back to 15-minute. But right here, look. You can see when it's going to break out. So basically, as soon as this MACD closes right here, you see how it's slowly, it opens for green and closes, and then you don't know if it's going to be green or red, but when it closes, that's when you enter the trade. And then it was green, obviously, and you just got to determine if it's going to be green or red based off the pattern and the price action. But MACD can tell you when to get a good entry. And it's really interesting. Like up here, we caught some resistance, but if you were using MACD, you saw that it was going to cross over again, and then it went back up, but then it crossed back over again, and then came back down. So, and then how you use RSI. Basically, RSI just helps you determine if something's overbought or oversold. So if you were going to enter right here after confirming with MACD and confirming that this is a bull flag pattern, and it's also a doji candle right here, as well as it's breaking out with momentum out of the range into the gap fill. You can clearly see RSI is in between overbought and oversold, so you're good. On that note, you don't got to worry about anything. You really just got to worry if it's all the way up here in the red. So if you were trading not in pre-market, or if you were trading like 30 minutes after open, you'd probably be worried a little bit for a pullback, but other than that, early in the day we were solid. And that's about it, boys. Appreciate y'all watching, and have a good one.